รายการต่อไปนี้เป็นรายการทั่วไปสามารถรับชมได้ทุกวัย
สนับสนุนโดยแลกเงินด้วยบัตรเครดิตกสิกรไทยเที่ยวก่อนจ่ายที่หลังไม่มีค่าธรรมเนียมผ่อนชำระได้จากธนาคารกสิกรไทย
สวัสดีค่ะเมื่อช่วงกลางปีที่ผ่านมามีกระแสการเล่นเกมที่ได้รับความนิยมไปทั่วโลกนั่นก็คือเกมโปเกมอนโกซึ่งทำให้คนจำนวนมากต่างออกมาเดินถือมือถือเพื่อไล่ล่าเจ้าตัวโปเกมอนกันจนในหลายที่กลายเป็นความโกลาหลก็ว่าได้รายการมองเรามองโลกได้มีโอกาสพูดคุยกับคุณเดนิสหวางหัวหน้าฝ่ายออกแบบของเกมโปเกมอนโกซึ่งเขาเดินทางมาประเทศไทยเมื่อเร็วๆนี้เพื่อร่วมในงาน Creative Thailand Symposium เราไปฟังแนวคิดเบื้องหลังความสำเร็จของเกมโปเกมอนโกจากคุณเดนิสกันค่ะโปเกมอนโกเป็นการนำเอาเกมคลาสสิกอย่างเกมโปเกมอนมาประยุกต์กับเทคโนโลยีสุดล้ำ Augmented Reality หรือ AR ที่สามารถทำให้โลกของเกมมาล้อมรวมเข้ากับโลกความเป็นจริงได้เพียงแค่ผู้เล่นใช้สมาร์ทโฟนที่มีกล้องมี GPS และนาฬิกาก็จะเห็นตัวการ์ตูนในเกมออกมาโลดแล่นอยู่ตามสถานที่ต่างๆรอบตัวเราทำให้ผู้เล่นเกมโปเกมอนโกจะไม่ได้นั่งเล่นเกมเฉยๆแต่จะออกเดินทางไปไล่ล่าเหล่าโปเกมอนด้วยความสนุกอย่างไม่มีขีดจำกัดเกมโปเกมอนโกเป็นเกมที่เกิดขึ้นจากการร่วมพัฒนาระหว่างบริษัท Nintendo บริษัทผลิตเกมโปเกมอน The Pokemon Company เจ้าของลิขสิทธิ์การ์ตูนโปเกมอนกับ Niantic Labs บริษัทเกมที่เดิมเคยเป็นสตาร์ทอัพภายใน Google ก่อนแยกตัวออกมาในปี 2015Niantic Labs เคยผลิตเกมชื่อ Ingress ซึ่งใช้เทคโนโลยี AR ผสมผสานกับการใช้ Google Map มาก่อนที่จะมาเป็นผู้พัฒนาเกม Pokemon Go ซึ่งได้รับการตอบรับอย่างล้นหลามจนกลายเป็นปรากฏการณ์ไล่ล่าโปเกมอนไปทั่วโลกเดนิสหวงชาวอเมริกันเชื้อสายเกาหลีวัย 41 ปีเป็นหัวหน้าฝ่ายออกแบบของเกม Pokemon Go เขาดำรงตำแหน่งนักออกแบบกราฟิกของบริษัท Niantic Labs
How did the idea of Pokemon Go come about?
So originally it started out from an April Fool's project that happened in 2014 while Niantic Labs was still part of Google. We were this small team, group of people that was being incubated within Google. And the April Fool's joke was basically taking the Google Maps product and people had to hunt for Pokemon by kind of searching all around the world within the Maps apps. It kind of struck a chord. You know, Niantic was already working on Ingress by that point, and it just sparked an idea and a discussion internally about maybe we should pursue this. And so a conversation started between Niantic and the Pokemon Company, and it turned out that the Pokemon Company's CEO was a big Ingress fan. Ingress was the game that we were already working on. And it was just a pretty easy conversation after that. It just made a lot of sense, and the business we just kind of made it happen. Yeah.
As an artist, did you design everything that we see on our mobile phones?
Well, you know, Pokemon existed for over 20 years, so the characters, just kind of that rich kind of visual kind of feel was already there. Me and my team of designers did was to kind of modernize it and kind of make it unique for Pokemon Go. So, for example, the older generation Pokemon games had a very 2D cel-shaded kind of look to it. Because the app has an augmented reality angle to it, we wanted to make sure that the characters look their best even against the camera feed from your mobile phone. So it took a lot of tuning to get the shading correct. All the user interface, that's my team's work. We did a lot of called UX design iteration just to make sure that because our apps are used while people are outside, while you're in motion. It just takes that little bit of extra special consideration to make sure that it feels really easy to use and not too fine detailed where you have to be too precise about clicking things. So we tried our best given the current platform to make it as enjoyable to play outside. So yeah, I think we made the design fun and usable and interesting. Yeah.
What's the difference between augmented reality and virtual reality?
Sure. So virtual reality is basically when you're creating, just as a word, when you're creating a virtual environment around you. So it's a synthetic kind of creation of kind of that encompasses the person using it. So you'll see those big kind of screen goggles that people strap to their face, and your kind of vision transforms to be at a beach or suddenly at another space planet. Augmented reality, though, is fundamentally different in that it's not trying to synthetically transform your surroundings. It's trying to enhance your real surroundings. So both there are benefits and downsides to each approach. But Niantic really believes in the power of augmented reality to enhance your everyday routine and create magical moments where the human-to-human connection isn't hampered by this screen on your face or cameras and mics that kind of, instead of relaying through technology the interaction, people like interacting with people, so why fight that? We're trying to create interesting apps and experiences that leverage the potential of augmented reality.
For you as the designer, what is the purpose that you want users or players to get out of playing Pokemon Go?
There's so many screens that we interact with every day. Everybody's checking email and websites and the news and Facebook and what have you. And so through Pokemon, it was really an attempt to get people outside and to explore their neighborhood and to get some fresh air and get some exercise while you're having a good time with your friends or with your family. So Pokemon Go is a great excuse to take a walk after dinner or to interact with your parents or your kids. So that's really at the core of the mission that Niantic is trying to foster. And since the launch of Pokemon Go, all around the world in these public parks and public spaces, many dozens or even hundreds of players have come out and enjoyed, nature and great scenery, and that's really, it's starting to really click. This kind of vision that Niantic had is starting to come true. So we're hard at work trying to improve the experiences and make it better.
เกม Pokemon Go เปิดตัวครั้งแรกเมื่อเดือนกรกฎาคมที่ผ่านมาและได้รับการตอบรับอย่างถล่มทลายเพียงไม่ถึง1สัปดาห์หลังเปิดตัวมียอดดาวน์โหลดกว่า10ล้านครั้งเป็นแอปที่ใช้เวลาน้อยที่สุดในการทำเงินถึง$100 ล้านและสร้างกระแสให้ผู้คนจำนวนมากทั่วโลกแห่ออกจากบ้านเพื่อตามจับโปเกมอนกันอย่างคึกคัก
Are you surprised at the popularity that Pokemon Go gets all around the world?
Oh yeah, we're totally surprised and overwhelmed and grateful and kind of afraid at the same time. It's just the response was very overwhelming. And our servers showed it. The early few weeks, our servers struggled to keep up with the demand, and the demand was just beyond anything that we had expected. So things have cooled down a little bit, but we still have a very healthy number of passionate players who are getting their daily walk routine in every day. So I think our team added up in the initial months. So far, players have walked a collective amount of 4.6 billion kilometers, which is a staggering number of walking, if you ask me. And if you convert that to calories, it's some hundreds of millions of calories that were burned. And with the obesity epidemic, there's definitely an interesting kind of health benefit angle here, in addition to the social benefit.
แม้ว่าเกมโปเกมอนโกจะมีจุดประสงค์ที่ดีที่หวังให้ผู้เล่นได้ออกมาทำกิจกรรมออกมาสร้างสัมพันธ์กับผู้อื่นแต่ในอีกมุมหนึ่งมีผู้เล่นจำนวนมากที่หมกมุ่นในเกมก้มหน้าจ้องแต่สมาร์ทโฟนจนเกิดอุบัติเหตุกับตนเองและผู้อื่นรวมถึงถูกล่อลวงจนเกิดอาชญากรรมอีกด้วย
But people become so addicted and they keep on staring at the mobile phones.
Yeah, so right now, I would say our designs aren't perfect. It is still very easy to be absorbed in the phone. But I think that will change as technology improves. We're really in the early phases of augmented reality, and even Pokemon Go's version of augmented reality isn't kind of true augmented reality in the sense that the phones aren't making sense of the surroundings. So Pokemon's not on the table, jumping to the ground, and hopping on your lap. It's right now kind of a crude adaptation of augmented reality. So as these devices get more powerful, the understanding of your immediate surrounding will improve, and the experiences will just become more engaging. And then the hardware, I think, will kind of move out of the way. It won't be this screen that you have to watch all the time. It'll be some sort of wearable device or some auditory signal. Maybe you hear the Pokemon and you just look there, and some other secondary device tells you what you just heard. So there are lots of potential as these things get worked out. So we're still in the early phase, and I'm looking forward to people not having their nose stuck on the phone, even while they're outside in a beautiful sunset and the beach and things like that.
But there are people who walk and trip as well, and there are road accidents, and people get robbed as well. What should we do with all of these negative consequences?
So we're of course all for player safety and wanting to create an experience that people can enjoy without fearing these negative downsides, and we're working hard to improve that, and also working with local governments and municipalities to try to see if there's a balancing here that we can do to tune the game data and the real world locations to maximize the benefit without overcrowding any one spot, for example. So it's a tricky balance, but we're hard at work, and hopefully also with the advancement of these wearable devices and augmented reality kind of technology improving, people won't be so heads down or try to play while they're driving or any behaviors like that. And we've taken steps to make it much more difficult to play while you're on the road, for example. So we're constantly iterating and constantly tuning it.
ตัวอย่างหนึ่งที่แสดงถึงความคลั่งไคล้ต่อเกมโปเกมอนโกคือการที่ชายหนุ่มชาวนิวซีแลนด์ประกาศลาออกจากงานเพื่อออกตามล่าโปเกมอนอย่างจริงจัง
There are people who are so into Pokemon Go that they actually quit their job and hunt around for Pokemons. What would you say to that?
Well, hopefully they're getting good exercise and getting lots of fresh air. Of course, there's a lot of people who are overdoing it, or hopefully no one will quit their job permanently over this stuff. But I think it just speaks to the power of the kind of experience we created. It struck enough of a chord that they wanted to kind of take some time off and enjoy the experience while it was hot.
เกม Pokemon Go เป็นตัวอย่างหนึ่งของการสร้างมูลค่าทางเศรษฐกิจด้วยเทคโนโลยีดิจิทัลซึ่งนอกจากจะสร้างรายได้มหาศาลให้กับบริษัทผู้ผลิตแล้วยังสามารถสร้างผลกระทบต่อภาคธุรกิจอื่นๆเช่นการเดินทางท่องเที่ยวรวมถึงการดึงดูดลูกค้าของร้านค้าต่างๆด้วย
How does a game like Pokemon Go actually contribute to the economy?
I think there are a few angles to that. One is the tourism angle. In our other game called the Ingress, for example, so many of our players travel and they spend hundreds and sometimes thousands of dollars through gameplay. When they visit a location, they're spending time there, they're traveling and touring. And I'm sure Ingress players do that when they visit Thailand. While playing Ingress, they're seeing interesting landmarks and in moving about, they're eating at restaurants and staying at hotels. There's that angle. The other one is the game locations that we create. There's an interesting business model that emerges where we can have these sponsored locations. So, for example, when Pokemon Go launched in Japan, we took all the McDonald's kind of franchise locations and just converted them to a Pokestop and made them our gyms or Pokestops and game locations. And they saw their business increase. It generates foot traffic, people hang out, they go inside, grab a bite to eat. So that's just a kind of one example of the type of partnerships that we've kind of explored in.
ก่อนที่จะเป็นนักออกแบบกราฟิกที่ใน Antic Labs เดนิสหวงทำหน้าที่เป็นผู้ดูแลเนื้อหาเว็บไซต์ส่วนต่างประเทศของ Google และเป็นผู้ที่ออกแบบ Doodle หรือโลโก้ Google สำหรับเทศกาลวันสำคัญต่างๆให้กับ Google อีกด้วย
How is designing game different from designing Google Doodle for you?
At Google, I had to look at a lot of usability problems and designs for UX, so UI, interaction design, and visual design. And where all those things, different fields intersect, is sort of games. There's UI problems, there's interaction problems, visual design problems to solve. And the Doodles, I think Doodles gave me kind of a cultural sensitivity. I mean, I was doing hundreds of logos a year and I had to learn all about different cultures, holidays, and what different people celebrate. The fact that our apps at Niantic are so global in nature, it feels very familiar to me to work on very global projects that impacts various cultures.
For the Google Doodle, which ones are your favorites?
I get asked that a lot, and I studied art in college, or throughout school I studied art. So the artist birthday ones were always kind of it had more of a personal kind of connection to me. So Michelangelo's birthday, the Monet birthday, and the Magritte birthday logos, all those artist birthdays, Picasso, those are really fun to kind of imagine what would the master artist, what style would they have used if they were alive today creating the logo. So it was fun to imagine that and to create the art.
You have always liked drawing since you were a kid, right?
Yep. As a kid, I used to get in trouble in class because I would be doodling on the sides of the notes instead of paying attention to class. But I was able to turn the love of drawing into a career in Silicon Valley. So you never know.
Your parents, do they support you since you were young into drawing and arts?
Yeah, kind of surprising. now that I think about it, like a lot of Asian parents tend to be a little stricter about these things, but
Right.
I was lucky to have parents that were very encouraging, very kind of fostering of my interests. I always loved drawing and art and learning about different techniques and visual design theory and art history. And so even though I wasn't quite sure how I was going to make a living out of it, that intersection of tech and art really started to be interesting for me. So I interned at Google when they were still a startup, and Google was a great place to experiment with how art and technology kind of go hand in hand. And I think Niantic now is even a greater example of like that intersection. Games in general is like, all kinds of sparks are flying because art and tech are so important to the experience that you create and creativity and all that. So yeah, I love my day job right now. So.
Do you yourself play Pokemon Go every day?
I do.
You do. Which level are you?
I'm actually not that high level because I'm using a dev version a lot, and we're testing kind of versions constantly that don't count towards my public account version. But I think I'm around level 17 now, which is kind of low considering the hardcore players, but it's fun. Yeah.
What will come next after Pokemon Go?
We're hard at work on the Apple Watch integration. So that's a good example of kind of a wearable technology that can improve the play experience because you're not interrupted by having to like pull out the phone while you're playing. We're improving our integration with the existing wearable device called Pokmon Go Plus. It'll blink and vibrate when Pokemon is nearby or if there's a Pokestop nearby. And even that simple of a device really enhances the play experience. So we're continuing to iterate on that. And of course, there's the different generations of Pokemon. We've only scratched the surface of how many Pokemon we've released in the app, so there'll be new ones coming in the future.
Do you have any tips or tricks to share on how to move up the level fast?
I think there are a lot more hardcore players online who are writing detailed guides about the best techniques. I'll leave that up for the users for the viewers to research online.
เกม Pokemon Go ถือเป็นตัวอย่างที่ดีของเศรษฐกิจดิจิทัลที่สามารถนำเอาเทคโนโลยีล้ำสมัยนำมาใช้ให้เกิดประโยชน์กับงานสร้างสรรค์และถ้าเกิดว่าทำออกมาได้ดีแน่นอนว่าจะทำให้เกิดพลังมหาศาลทั้งในแง่การเพิ่มมูลค่าทางเศรษฐกิจและสร้างความเปลี่ยนแปลงในสังคมค่ะพบกันใหม่สัปดาห์หน้าวันนี้สวัสดีค่ะ